Chapter 12, A Symbol of Hope. Very clever. I like that. Yeah, just gotta try something out. You know, maybe one of these days it will actually be turned off. I just want to try something. I input the code Mr. Wiley gave me at the start of camp into the control panel and hit the switch, but nothing happens. I can still hear the faint buzz of electricity humming through the fence. Then my suspicions are correct. Mr. Wiley has changed the code that controls the electric fence, and he's the only one who knows it. Drat. As I'm headed back to the commons, heart heavy with the knowledge I just gained, I spot a familiar figure bending over a nearby flower bed. Doug?
Hey!
Cadence!
He scrambles upright and hides his hands behind his back. What are you doing up so early? Aw, did you pick her flowers from the garden? Oh no. That guy, what is he? The warden? The warden's gonna be so upset with you.
Well, no use hiding it. These are for you.
Our first CG in a long time. I know this is like our third CG of Doug, but it's been a while. That is a beautiful bouquet. Thank you. It's an improvised bouquet of flowers. Some are colorful beauties picked from the well-tended gardens of Camp Bearpaw. Others are considered weeds, though they're equally beautiful. Dandelions, Queen Anne's lace, and even a stray cattail that he must have walked all the way to the lake to get. For a moment, all I can do is stare. You picked those for me?
Yup. I just thought, band camp's been more than a little stressful lately. And when I woke up this morning, I thought, it's super nice out here, but not as nice as my girl, so I wanted to do something for you that would make you smile again.
Thank you, Doug. You've made me so happy.
You make me happy too. You're like an ice cream sundae every day of the week.
Aw, this guy. He's so sweet. I smile, a touch confused, and completely forget about our predicament in this shining moment. Why am I like an ice cream sundae?
Because whenever I see you, it's like that feeling you get when you see a beautiful ice cream sundae.
Cool and refreshing. Covered in chocolate syrup and whipped cream with sprinkles and a cherry on top. You can't wait to dive in.
Part of me is concerned that you want to eat me. Wiggle waggle go the eyebrows. But the other part thinks that might be the nicest compliment I've ever received. Thank you, Doug. You're like an ice cream sundae too.
Stop it.
Once we get out of here, let's promise to go for ice cream together, okay? Ah yes, the when we get out of here talk. Love it.
It's a deal.
Just the thought of doing fun things with Doug once we're free of this place lifts my spirits. I'm going to put these lovely flowers in my room. See you at practice?
Yeah. Don't eat them, okay?
Why would I... Okay, I'll be sure not to eat them.
See you soon.
I feel like I'm walking on clouds. I practically dance back to my room, giddy from Doug's gift. But just as I'm going to bury my nose in the flowers for the umpteenth time, I spot an unfamiliar face working in a nearby garden. He is here. So you're in here. Okay. Did Wiley let you in, or have you just kind of been hanging out? Are you in cahoots? I have so many questions.
Damn kids. Rebecca won't be happy about her flowers being tampered with.
Who's Rebecca?
I'll be having words with Wiley later. Ungrateful little...
Oh no. He's hunched over a bed of bluebells, gingerly nursing the stalks of some that have been recently picked and are now in my hands. I grimace down at them. Let's look. Somebody is in here. Why don't we... What's the worst that could happen? I mean, he could kill us, but I have no reason to believe that he would. This is our first chance running into somebody after the announcement's been made, so... Excuse me, Mr. Janitor?
I know you ain't talking to me, Missy. I'm no janitor. I'm the warden.
Sorry, Mr. Warden. I'm sorry about your flowers. I didn't know we weren't allowed to pick them. I show him the bouquet in my hands, hanging my head.
You're the one who destroyed this garden?
Hardly destroyed. A few flowers are missing, that's all. Yes, I'm sorry. They were just so lovely. Doug comes running in like, I will not allow you to take this. It was I.
Stop! It was me. I picked the flowers. You don't have to take the blame for me, Cadence.
Shut it.
Stop your yammering. You're making my headache worse. I don't care who did it. Just give me those back.
He holds out his hand for the bluebells. I find it a little odd that he wants them back, but I don't hesitate to hand them over. The warden gently sets them in the dirt, smoothing their leaves.
Keep moving.
Okay, well, I mean, he didn't yell at us too much, but we didn't exactly get the interaction I was hoping for.
Now get lost.
Gladly. Let's go, Doug. I can't believe you're in the situation you're in and you didn't even think to tell this person at all. Like you had an opportunity. You had an opportunity to inform somebody outside of your group that you're being held hostage here. And you didn't say anything. Okay, sure. If you're thinking like maybe they're in cahoots, that's fine, but you haven't given me any inner thoughts to indicate that that is what's going through your mind. So I'm just assuming the brain cell was not turned on for this conversation. I guess. Boggles my mind. Anyway.
I'm sorry I'm always getting you into trouble, Cadence.
What's life without a little trouble? I offer him my hand. Now, we'd better get to practice before trouble finds us again. What about the rest of your flowers? You only gave back the bluebells. What about the dandelions? Here we are, the last day of band camp. Or at least it's supposed to be. Doug stretches, beaming up at the sun.
You couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. Or a more beautiful girl.
Or a more beautiful guy.
Huh?
Me?
I roll my eyes sarcastically. No, Mr. Wiley. Of course I mean you, Doug.
I know. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Yo.
That's enough, you two. Doug, where's your section day outfit?
You guys are still doing that? But Mr. Wiley canceled Spirit Week. Which planet was the drumline anyways?
Jupiter.
Gonna be honest, not really getting a Jupiter vibe from you.
We decided to get creative and be Jupiter's moons.
But neither of you did anything.
Our drums are covered to look like different moon phases. I thought you said I'd be the full moon because I was going to forget about decorating my drum anyway.
Congratulations, Doug.
Good job, Doug. You remembered. I remembered something Aaron didn't? I remembered. I was just testing you.
He goes on his way. It almost feels like another normal day. If only. Gather on the field for stretches! Here we go. Okay, people. Bend down and touch your toes. Listen up while you're loosening up. First off, we only had 2 butt heads this morning, but that's still not good enough. I want 0 butt heads. Start taking responsibility for your roommates as well as yourself. I know you all have phones. Make use of those alarms. Anyways, you'll be happy to know that the practice schedule is lighter for this weekend. There will be no evening practice tonight or tomorrow.
Tomorrow will consist of a morning practice and a mandatory sectional in the afternoon. Lastly, you'll have Sunday off. But I do hope you'll use the extra time to work on memorizing your music.
So it's true. He really doesn't plan to let us go. I exchange a glance with the closest band members.
And speaking of memorizing music, Cadence, once you're done running basics, I want you to work on cleaning the opener with the band while I take care of business.
Of course. But what business? Really not comfortable with that look, sir.
Don't tell me you forgot.
It hits me like a sledgehammer. The hair dye threat! I had completely forgotten that anyone who didn't have their music memorized by today is going to get their hair dyed. He's still going through with it? Well. By the looks on the faces around me, they didn't remember either.
1 hour of basics, and then it's showtime! Let's do this!
It's not a good session. Nervousness permeates the air. Sweetie, you didn't by any chance really practice this week, did you? PopTart, did you?
No talking! Let's do that over again!
Well, there's nothing I can do for anyone now. I can only hope they memorize their music.
That's it for basics. Set up the opener. I'll call the rookies over to that corner of the field one by one, and anyone else who is guessing at their fingerings.
Can I go first?
Hey.
Alex.
What?
Nervous?
I got this!
Let's go!
Sure, whatever.
I try to run practice to the best of my ability, but it's a little difficult when Mr. Wiley keeps calling people over to play for him.
Larry!
I can tell the band is distracted too. We all have one ear aimed towards the corner of the field, listening, hoping that our friends will pull through.
Aaron!
If they do... Hey, maybe we can dye Mr. Wiley's hair, and... things will be happy and carefree again. It doesn't hurt to hope, does it? I don't know, sounds like some serious copium to me.
Wendy!
Please, everyone, do your best. Uh-oh.
PopTart!
The sun reaches its zenith, and when it does, Mr. Wiley returns to us. The band falls silent to hear the results. Did they do it?
So what color do you think my hair would look best as? Pink, orange, or green?
If you're being serious, orange is too close to your natural color, so we gotta go green.
No way. They did it.
All right! Woo!
Heck yes! Pink! Pink for sure. Drat.
Too damn bad you'll never get to see it.
Whoa.
I thought a little incentive might light a fire under your butts, but I was wrong. And now those who have failed are going to pay the price.
He reveals the hair dye in the promised colors. Pink, orange, and green. The freshman trumpet boy is pulled from our ranks. He goes screaming. No! This isn't fair! I know my music, I swear! I just got nervous! Please! Many of us look away as Mr. Wiley holds him down, forcibly dyeing his auburn hair pink. Oh no, he has red hair too. What a shame. But the message is not lost on us. No more crossing Mr. Wiley. Not unless you want to end up with dyed hair.
Toby.
Toby steps forward from Susie's section, facing his punishment with more dignity. But I can see anger flash in his eyes as his hair is turned from brown to green. Oh no, PopTart!
PopTart. Orange will look good on you, don't you think?
As PopTart separates himself from our ranks, someone calls out.
It's enough.
I like that Doug sets up for PopTart. It took like 2 other people for him to be like, alright, that's it. Oh, you're subbing in for PopTart?
What a sweetie.
I'm subbing in. What?
This isn't football, Doug. Get back in line.
Nah.
Doug steps forth, guiding PopTart back into the throng of onlookers. Then he goes to Mr. Wiley and bends down.
Do it! I'm ready! Do it!
Fine. I'll allow you to take it in his stead.
Doug's hair is dyed orange. It looks exactly the same. I was wondering. I'm like, his hair is kind of orange anyway. As Doug straightens up, the entire band applauds. I find myself clapping along, staring at Doug's huge grin. And as I do, my heart suddenly feels full.
Enough! Band is dismissed.
Mr. Wiley stalks away, scowling. I wish that a couple other people had stepped forth for the other guys too, but you know what? At least we saved PopTart. Doug!
Yeah?
That was so kind of you, what you did for PopTart.
It's what anyone would have done.
Don't be so modest about it, Doug. I didn't see anyone else jumping to volunteer. That was really selfless of you.
Aw, shucks. You're too nice to me.
Let's go eat lunch?
Yes! Wait up, you two.
Oh, PopTart! He looks at Doug.
Why?
Why did you help me? Mr. Wiley could have chosen to dye your hair pink or green, but you still went up there. I don't know. When I saw the look on your face, I knew I couldn't let him do that to you. Especially after everything you've done for us.
Thank you.
But I didn't do anything.
You kept our secret, didn't you? Even when Mr. Wiley interrogated you, you didn't tell him anything.
Yes, but it's not like that takes a great deal of effort. I just kept my mouth shut.
Little buddy!
Well, we really owe you one. But we're not even friends.
Huh?
We're not? We are?
Hey, why don't you join us for lunch, PopTart?
Okay. Are you okay with having a third wheel? You know what they say. Tricycles aren't tricycles without 3 wheels. People say that. I just said it. Fair enough.
This is a tad awkward.
How old are you, Doug? 17. So you're a senior then? No, a junior. Does that mean you got held back? Kinda. So not only did you get held back, you're taking low-level classes with sophomores.
Wait, what? I knew you were 17, but I never made this connection. When did you get held back?
Kindergarten?
How is that possible?
Okay.
Well, technically, my mom forgot to sign me up for kindergarten when I was 5, so I started a year late.
Doug, starting a year late isn't the same as being held back. Don't go around saying you got held back or people might judge you.
It doesn't bother me. I say a lot of stupid stuff anyways. It makes people laugh and puts them at ease. Helps them realize I'm not a threat.
Who on earth thinks you're a threat?
Everyone! Whenever I walk into a room full of strangers, everyone starts looking at me. The guys are immediately sizing me up. Sometimes they even try to pick fights.
Mm-hmm.
It must be all that testosterone.
Have you been in fights?
Yeah, a few. And I kick their asses.
Nice. My jaw drops.
But I felt bad about it afterwards. Plus it upset my mom, so now I just say something stupid and they're not so intimidated after that. Still figuring out what to do about the girls, though.
The girls pick fights with you too?
No! Sometimes when I'm walking home at night, I space out. There have been a couple times where I've accidentally walked behind a girl.
Oh.
They always take off running or cross to the other side of the street. I feel bad about that too.
Oh,
That's an easy fix. Just shout, I'm not going to murder you at them. Communication goes a long way.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would not recommend this.
I'll give it a shot. Anyways, I'm really not that smart, and my memory is terrible. Like PopTart just said, I'm still in all the lower level classes. That's why he and I were in the same class last year.
Little buddy!
Here's hoping we're in the same class this year too, eh? I sure hope so. I love being graded on a curve.
It feels good to laugh, and I learned something new about what it's like to be Doug this afternoon. As lunch goes on, PopTart loosens up, and it's a pretty fun time. I can almost forget about the dark secret the three of us are harboring. Almost. The band is having sectionals this afternoon. There will be no evening practice, like Mr. Wiley said. That is the time we were supposed to go home. Psst! Hey, Tom. What's up?
I got some questions about this one part in Jupiter. Can we go somewhere a little quieter?
That's absolutely not the reason he wants to talk. Sure, I guess.
This is perfect. No Mr. Wiley around for miles.
What did you need help with?
Nothing. I've got top secret information for your ears only. Well, your ears and the ears of all the other section leaders.
Is this about the top secret meeting? Okay, so Tom informs Cadence when she's not going out with Peter. Makes sense. What is this all about? He scoots a little closer and lowers his voice.
I thought you deserved to know. Me and some band members have been talking, and we decided we need to hold a meeting with the leaders of the band. Tonight.
A meeting?
We need a plan.
It doesn't seem like Wiley's letting us leave anytime soon. We think it's time to take matters into our own hands. We need some kind of plan in case no one comes for us.
A shiver goes up my spine at those words. What's the plan?
We'll figure that out at the meeting. 10 p.m. at the old campground in the woods. No one ever goes out there. Will you come?
Yes, of course. I'm the drum major. It feels good to still be able to say those words, despite everything I've done.
Great!
All of the section leaders should be there. Listen, keep it under wraps, but you can invite anyone else you deem trustworthy. Okay?
Okay.
See you tonight.
See you. He glances around as though expecting to see spies. Then he slips away as quickly as he came. I know exactly who I'm going to tell. After practice, Doug and I share dinner by the lake.
PopTart's having dinner with the Mellophones, but he says he'd like to be our third wheel again sometime.
Nice. He's always welcome, but tonight there's something I need to tell you. I lean in close and lower my voice, just as Tom had done for me. Tom came to me and told me about some kind of secret meeting being held tonight at the old campground in the woods. They want to come up with some kind of plan in case Mr. Wiley won't let us leave here. Which, at this point, seems like it's going to be the case.
Whoa.
A secret meeting? It's like we're spies or something.
This is serious, Doug.
I know. I'll start brainstorming ways we can escape.
He looks out across the lake.
In fact, I think I already got one.
What is it?
You'll have to wait and find out.
Is he thinking of taking a boat to the other island? Or across the lake, anyway? Can't remember if we're on an island or if there is an island, but, you know, to the other shore. Maybe, possibly. Luckily, I don't have long to wait. The sun sinks quickly as I fiddle away the time in my room, growing increasingly jittery as 10 p.m. approaches. Finally, it's time. I open the door.
You ready?
Let's go. There's no reason for Mr. Wiley to be out here this late, but that doesn't stop us from checking our surroundings before we cross the open ground into the woods. Hi, Susie. What are Susie and Felicity doing here? I thought this was a section leader meeting. I mean, they're probably here for the same reason Doug is here, who is also not a section leader.
Hiya.
Cadence! You made it. Now we're just waiting on Aaron.
I move across the campground to take a seat next to Marion. I feel like it's been a while since I last talked to her. It has been a while. Hey, how's it going?
Same old, same old. At least this escape plan is making things a little bit more interesting. Don't know how successful it'll be, though.
Trust me.
This'll work. No. This'll work! I've got a great idea. Okay, you know we probably can't build a giant robot out of what we have here in camp, right, Doug?
Marion?
Cool idea, Marion, but it's a little out there. You can pitch that if you want, but I'm gonna stick with my idea.
Ugh.
Never mind.
I stifle a laugh.
Yo.
Here I am.
Whoa! You scared me.
Who invited you, Doug? Cadence did.
Oh?
You better not embarrass me. I won't. I'll just embarrass Cadence.
We need a plan.
Thanks, Doug.
Okay, I think that's everyone. Let's get started. You all know our predicament. Mr. Wiley has trapped us here in band camp. We need to come up with some kind of escape plan. Basically, we're here to brainstorm ideas. And I've got a great one. We'll dig our way to freedom.
Huh? What? How? We don't even have shovels.
Seriously?
And we hardly have any energy thanks to hours of practice. Your idea is unconventional.
Just listen!
I can't even.
Does anyone else have an idea?
Yeah?
Maybe we can fire up the buses.
Oh.
What then? We drive them straight into the electric fence?
I don't think so.
Maybe we can cut the power. Somehow.
Hey!
I've got a great idea!
Doug's confident, booming voice puts a stop to all conversation. Everyone peers at him in the dark, eyes shining with curiosity, but also doubt. As if they already know the next thing out of his mouth is going to be something stupid.
What is it?
Pray tell, what is it? We escape across the lake!
Susie and Felicity exchange an eye roll.
That's crazy!
Yeah, right. The lake stretches for more than a mile. That's a terrible idea.
It is not! Doug is right. The lake opens up to a river at the far end. We wouldn't have to figure out a way around the fence or the rough terrain. We can escape by water. It's a bit of a trek, but it's doable.
Excuse me.
Not all of us can swim. That's why we use the canoes from the lake shed.
His proposition is met with stunned silence. Hey, we're getting the boat plan! This is great.
Nice.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yay!
It's genius. I totally forgot about those.
I suppose.
I wouldn't call it genius, but it's worth looking into.
We should go to the lake shack and see how many canoes there are.
Hold it. Is this the plan we're going with?
Most of us nod. Susie doesn't seem too happy with the idea, but she doesn't protest. She's just mad at Doug.
Even you, Clark. Thought you'd put up more of a fight to stay in band camp.
Clark is actually in agreement. This is very suspicious.
No.
Mr. Wiley's unstable behavior worries me. I don't want any more innocent instruments or people getting hurt.
I like that the instruments come first. Is that why you're on everyone's side this time? Because instruments have already been damaged. What is your thing with instruments, Clark? Thank you, Tom! Thank you, Tom! I'm so glad he called him out.
I like how you said instruments before people.
Come on, everyone. We're getting off topic. I'm going to the lake shack. Feel free to come with. Doug and I leave. Tom, Peter, Clark, Marion, and Aaron follow along behind us. So, the only ones that didn't come is Sabrina, Samuel, Susie, and Felicity. Okay. Here we are.
If there aren't enough canoes, we might have to consider other options. Let's see how many we have first.
I try the door. Oh no, it's locked. Doug peers in the little window, squinting his eyes. I was thinking this too. Okay, this is a quote that I say often. I've said it for years. Usually towards my brother, but it's so funny that Tom actually thought of it in this moment. Shared brain cell with Tom for like a full 2 minutes. Oh, that's great.
What do your elf eyes see? 10 canoes and 20 life jackets. Let me see.
He knows how to count, Clark.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Correct.
He is correct. 10 canoes, 20 life jackets. Only 10. Is that enough? Canoes can hold up to 1,500 pounds. We can likely fit anywhere from 4 to 6 people in each canoe, but it will be a tight squeeze. We'd have to ferry the band back and forth across the lake. Some of us could wear life jackets and swim across. I could do it.
Me too. I'm a pretty good swimmer.
It's pretty far. Are you sure?
We'll be fine with life jackets.
This is kind of like one of those word problems you might find in a math book, isn't it?
Kinda.
Tom and his friends are trying to escape band camp. If Tom has 58 friends, 10 canoes, and 20 life jackets, how many of Tom's friends will get to ride in a boat, and how many will drown? That's not funny.
I thought it was pretty good.
Sorry.
Those problems are always so unrealistic. You don't even have one friend to speak of, so in what twisted world would you have 58? Har har, Peter. If I'm friendless, then why do you keep showing up at my house asking to hang out all the time? Because your mom pays me to.
Excuse me? We are trying to figure out a solution to our problem here. And you all seem to forget that the lake shack is locked. Maybe Mr. Wiley has the key? We can ask him for it. Say we'd really like to try some recreational canoeing.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, that won't look suspicious at all.
I don't see you coming up with anything better. We all stand in silence, looking at one another, waiting for someone to solve the issue.
We'll figure it out tomorrow. For now, let's report back to the others and tell them this is the plan we want to go with. If we can get to the canoes, then we'll escape tomorrow night.
It all depends on whether Wiley has that same event. You know, the bonding exercises, where they do, like, canoe racing and stuff. If that happens tomorrow, then this works in our favor. Everyone seems good with the idea. They're going to let the rest of their sections know what's going on. Okay, at least we're all united for once. That's nice. It's better than the get sick in the lake plan. We all go our separate ways. After bidding Tom and Peter goodnight at the boys' wing, Doug walks me back to my room in the girls' wing.
Sweet dreams.
Here we are. Get some sleep, you gorgeous buttercream confetti cupcake.
Seized by sudden fondness, I loop my arm into Doug's and smile up at him. I'm proud of you, Doug.
Huh?
Why?
Your idea! I'm glad I brought you to the meeting tonight so you could tell the others. Definitely not the second one. It's gonna go swimmingly, or I was very impressed with you. I feel like this joke is gonna go over his head no matter what, but I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads, I'll do swimmingly. Tails, I'll do very impressed. Hiya! The tails have it. Alright. Get it? Very impressed?
Good one. You really mean it, though?
Of course. I feel like I got to know you better today, too. There's more to you than meets the eye. I'm not sure everyone sees that, but I do.
That's because you're special. Now, go on. You'd better get some sleep.
Giggling, I do as he says. I feel his smiling eyes on me as I enter my room, unwavering until I close the door behind me. Tomorrow, we'll tackle the problem of getting into the lake shack. Right now, it's best we get some rest. I take a quick shower and prepare for bed. Susie's still not here, right? Did Eugene die? Is he currently dying? Without Susie, the silence of my room is deafening. I try not to let it get to me as I lie down and close my eyes. My heart aches with loneliness and uncertainty for what the future holds. For a long time I lay there, wishing for sleep to come and telling myself that everything will look better once the light of day comes. I turn my thoughts elsewhere, away from my growing anxiety. Instead, I think about how Doug looked tonight, his shining eyes watching me until I was no longer in sight, safe in my room. His smile, easy and gentle, unbothered by what the future might hold. The thought of him calms my restless heart and helps sleep finally find me.